Thumbs up, let's do this. Leroy Jenkins. Who's that old guy? It's so dusty. We haven't had hardly a rain for a long time, so it's getting really dry. It's been hot, really low humidity, so it's dry out here, folks. So every once in a while I like to blow off the combine like that, just mainly around the electrical terminals and nooks and crannies, just try to kind of keep it somewhat clean or pressured. A lot of times like this year, it's kind of like farting in the wind a little bit, because once we go down and back, that stuff can build back up in a hurry. But I kind of equate it to maybe changing your oil a little bit before the scheduled service maintenance. It's just kind of cheap insurance. It might not save anything, but it's worth a shot. It can't hurt, is one of those things. And if it has a small potential of keeping the combine from going up in flames, well, hopefully that's solves some of that. If you get it too super dirty, that's when you can get those issues coming up. So, I don't know. Got my brother's boy Isaac running the grain cart. It's Saturday today, so we gave one of our main cart operators the day off. I think he's an 8th grader. I can't really, he's in junior high, but he's running it like a boss. I'm empty, guys. You can probably flip a U-turn right here and catch your dad. So yeah, I kind of dropped off the face of the earth again there. The day I started, or Saturday, when I was talking to you, going good, and then I got a call from a lady at the church, and you know, she told me that, she informed me that she been diagnosed with ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, and so the rest of that day, I just didn't feel like recording much. Hope that if you're thinking about her, just say a prayer, because that's kind of a tough disease to be diagnosed with. So that's my story on that one. But today, it's Monday. We're out here picking corn on a different field. Things are going okay. Our leg's been giving us a little bit of fits. We need to have them come tighten it back up. I think they need to take a bucket out and cinch the belt tighter somehow, however they do that. So we're getting by for now. We'll just have to milk it till they actually get it fixed. So yeah, Baby Watch 2020 still on. It's a couple days past the due date. The due date was the 9th. Right now it's the 12th, so we're just patiently waiting for that. So, oh, looks like my cart's coming, so I'll dump. Kind of talk about the corn head here a little bit. The model of this one here is a 612C. I think it's a 2014 model, 12 row. So what I want to be able to do with this corn head is to take in mainly ears only with as little residue or trash as possible off of that corn stalk. What this has is there's deck plates. Alright, they're always chit-chatting on the radio. But there's deck plates that the corn slides in through. It kind of looks like these fingers here. And what I want to do is find that balance between squeezing that row and ripping off that ear while still taking in as little trash as possible. So I'm going to come over here and open my deck plates. There's a setting I can open them or close them. That number going up or down is the width in between, or just a reading. So I'm going to try to find that balance where I'm not losing any corn, not hurting it as it comes in. Also, I can speed up or slow down this head. I can click down here and it's going to turn on, slow it down or speed it up. For those of you familiar with Deere, this one's equipped with the 5-speed feeder house, which is the heavier duty version of the shaft or the speed system on it. It's not a big deal. So kind of finding that speed of pulling it through and the distance of those deck plates to try to optimize the performance of the rest of the machine, because if I pull through too much trash through the machine, it's going to collect on my sieves and potentially carry some kernels of corn over with it. So I wanted to bring in as little as possible while doing the best I can of taking that ear off and minimizing head loss. Look who's coming. Hey bud, let's go. They're gonna run over us if you don't hurry. Tired, buddy?
I didn't know if I could get turned in behind me there.
Wanna ride with Grandpa? Nah. This could end badly. I guess we'll see who's the bigger tractor. Huh. Looks edible to me. Anybody want lasagna?
My camera out greasy, touching this and touching the camera. It's a risk I'm willing to take though. So I don't know if you've heard of this whole COVID thing going on or not, but, and I'm not making fun of the legitimacy of it or anything like that, but we got this place we walk into frequently that you're supposed to write down your temperature, and if you're over 100.4 you're not supposed to go in. And for the life of me I cannot help but want to write down 100.3 every time I walk in, just to see if anybody would ever ask, hey, what's going on? But then have you ever heard of that Foreigner song? If they ever asked me, I'd be like, well, I'm hot-blooded. Check it and see. I got a fever of 100.3. To see if they find any humor in that. Probably not. I don't know. I'm probably the only one that thinks stuff like that's funny. Lights are on, we're still rolling. That happens a lot this time of year. So one of the things we were noticing about the other corn we were in is it had a lot lower ear height than this stuff right here. That's something we kind of look at as we're going through the field. We'll kind of take notes of hybrids. This one's got a real nice ear height, which is something we would probably like to put in our hills, just because it allows us to harvest it a lot easier, get under it with the head. Or maybe that other one, we try to keep it on a little bit leveler ground. It was kind of on some hills and it wasn't bad. It's just if you ever get it stressed, it's always going to drop it a little bit lower to that ground and just be a little bit harder to harvest. So that's kind of things we look at while we're going through the field. I kind of switched around my screen to give me more pertinent information of kind of what I want to look at up here. I got the whole map so I can see kind of how our yield's doing up here a little bit better, kind of from a bird's eye view. And then I kind of got my other stuff going on down here. Kind of another, I know I'm always sitting in the cab, but my goal is to keep my butt in this seat and keep this combine moving back and forth. I know other channels, some people are always out and they're doing all kinds of different things. Well, my job is to keep this machine running. We try to be efficient. We always try to keep each other, if you can keep your butt in the seat, the better off. I always try to tell people I'm better off, I'd rather be bored than around doing a bunch of other crap, because that means stuff's either broke down or it's just not working right. If you ever wonder why I'm always sitting in the combine seat, it's just because that's my goal. We're kind of a crop harvest update. So far, yields haven't been bad. I wouldn't say they've been as great as we probably thought they would have. I think some of the dryness in August, we didn't get any rain. Even though we have irrigation, it can still set you back a little bit. And that might have taken some of that top end out that we thought we might have. Not that they've been bad, it's just I would say they're off from what we thought they might be. Especially some of our shorter seasons that might have been on a little bit more marginal ground or that got dinged by some hail. Just wasn't quite what we'd hoped they'd be, but I'm not complaining either because they weren't that bad. So just kind of a crop update for those of you farmers concerned. And for those of you new to the channel, we live in south central Nebraska. That's where we're at. You kind of know where Kearney, Lexington, Broken Bow, we're kind of smack dab in the center of all those towns. Is kind of where we're at. So just for your information. Right by the road. So I just went outside. We're done for the night. Oiled up my roller chains. Just so I think it's supposed to help do it at night because the chains are still warm. Oil will stick to them, lube them up better, kind of get inside where they need to be. So that's why I do it that way. But now I'm ready to go home. I gotta take a leak too. Gotta get my drone footage out of here. See, he's just a little guy. You're a little guy too. Oh man, there's just dust everywhere. Looks like everybody's waiting for me. Hey, are you in here?
He snuck in the door.
Oh man, how was Grandpa?
Good.
He's not that entertaining, is he? Just wrapping up our video, that's what I'm doing. Can you say thanks for watching, everybody?
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah, we're going over some washboards right now. Well, no baby yet, so we'll catch you later. We'll let you know. Bye.